He poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague unto our houses!
He did?
No, but are we just gonna wait around until he does?
What's up? What's the Weatherman here to give you part 2 to the Blue Eyes that many people have been asking for. In this grave heavy meta, the Blue Eyes Council have decided that although Alternative is a little bit bricky, he also leads to the best board in the deck. I've already explained how this deck works in a recent video, so I won't go over any information that I covered in that one. I'll just be going over different lines that weren't covered in the older one. We only played 3 Melody and 1 Alternative because Melody guarantees that we have the play, whereas having Alternative by itself is pretty much just a break unless we can get a Blue Eyes in our hand. I also wanted to get out the way that even though the skill says when a level 7 or higher is summoned or fusion summoned, we can activate the skill. This isn't actually the case with Alternative. I assume maybe it really means on normal summon or fusion summon over level 7, but that's another topic for a different video. By having Melody, we can discard a card to search for Alternative and a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Alternative can reveal a Blue Eyes White Dragon in hand to summon itself, and then because of the skill, we can normal summon that big boy Blue Eyes himself. Even though the skill will be activatable here, we want to get rid of our Blue Eyes from being on the field so we can send Blue Eyes using the skill from our deck. We can easily do that because with this Sacred Hand, we can summon Big Raga, the Op Stopper, none other than Sonifon the Sky Prison. This card is a rank 8 Xyz that gains 100 attack and defense for every monster in each graveyard. And we summon this now so that we can have the option of sending Blue Eyes White Dragon, which also lets us play through DD Crow because there will be 3 Blue Eyes in rotation. And if we use the Successor Soul on Sonifon, there will be 4 Blue Eyes in rotation. Now that we've done that, we can use the actual reason we play Big Raga. We'll activate Sonifon by detaching the material from this card. And not only will this card not be able to be destroyed by card effects, but both you and your opponents can't special summon monsters from the graveyard till the end of your opponent's turn. This card is good against TGs, Live Twins, and pretty much folds any zombie deck relevant right now. We also play Felgrand, though I don't summon it very often to be honest, but it is a monster negate rank 8. We could also summon going first. You could also play the Galaxy package if you wanted some extra removal going second, but that's pretty much it for the deck. So we can kind of just show you some gameplay and show you what this version is really looking like. Alrighty, so we're going second in this clip, which is pretty ideal to be honest with you. I mean, it's not that it matters that deeply. Going first is going to be gas because we've got the Sonifon, we've got the Big Raga here that's going to stop most decks playing, but going second is also pretty good. We've got a lot of stuff to just help us kind of OTK. So it looks like we're going against Sky Strikers. This is pretty nice. This is a pretty new deck in the meta. This is a pretty relevant deck in the meta. So just going to really show you guys how this works. So they're going into their link. This guy right here is going to get them another, they're going to be able to reuse a Sky Striker card pretty much, and he's going to get that engage back from his graveyard. Alrighty, so now he's using that engage again. Going to add another Sky Striker card. He's linking that bad boy off into Shizuku, which is going to let him add a Sky Striker card on end phase. So now he's got 2 set cards. We already know what these 2 set cards are. One of them is pretty much a Chalice and one of them is pretty much a DD Crow. So we're going to use our Alternative and we're going to, not our Alternative, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to use our Melody and we're going to discard the Crackdown. Not really anything to discard, I just discarded the Crackdown because it was a duplicate card and we had one of everything else. So we're going to reveal this Blue Eyes White Dragon and we're going to summon Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. So now we're going to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, and right here we have the ability to go into a rank 8. I did not mean to click fast forward, actually I meant to click pause. And now we've got Sonifon on the field. So the reason we summon Sonifon is because they have this quick effect monster right here, Ray, which if a face-up Sky Striker Ace Link monster you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field, which means if we destroy it, if we bounce it, if we do whatever, they're gonna be summoning this level 4 from the graveyard. And we really don't want Ray to come back. So we're summoning Sonifon because this, like I said earlier in the clip, stops them from special summoning monsters from the graveyard. It also stops us. So we're gonna activate right here. He is trying to negate us, but we are gonna tribute ourselves with Successor Soul to summon a Blue Eyes. So our effect does go through, it actually resolves, and in the process we get to send his monster to the graveyard. And since we activated Sonifon before we sent it, Ray is not going to be summoning itself because we've already resolved. We can no longer special summon monsters from our graveyard and neither can our opponent. So now we're gonna go Ultimate Fusion. He's gonna sit here and try to DD Crow a Blue Eyes from us, but look how many we have. 1, 2, 3, plus the 1 on field, which means no matter which one he hits, we still have 3 Blue Eyes left, which means we can go into Neo, which is gonna be 4,500 in attack per game. You could summon the non-effect one if you wanted to get that animation off. It really doesn't matter because this was gonna be game anyway, but just to play it safe, we're just gonna summon the regular Neo and keep that non-effect Blue Eyes ultimate in the extra deck. Alrighty, in this clip, we're going against TGs. At least in my mind, this is pretty much the best deck in the game right now. It seems like they can play through pretty much anything, and considering what your extra deck is probably, you're gonna be able to play through pretty much any deck, I'm gonna be honest with you. We are gonna summon Big Raga the Opstopper versus TGs, but I will be honest with you, it is not going to be something that stops them necessarily. It does prohibit them, right? It does restrict them, but it's not gonna stop them from playing the game. So we're gonna activate Melody and we're gonna discard Spirit of White because we wanna keep the Crackdown and stuff in our hand. We're going to summon our alternative to the field, and then we're gonna normal summon our Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now, just like last time, before we activate the skill, we wanna overlay first. I keep hitting fast forward. We wanna overlay first so that there are no Blue Eyes White Dragon on our field or graveyard. They are just here as materials. So there are no Blue Eyes out. Now we can activate the skill and send a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Like I said before, this helps us play through a DD Crow, and we're gonna have 3 sets. We've got a Crackdown, an Ultimate Fusion, and a Successor's Soul. So he's got a Wolf in hand. He's gonna add that limiter removal, so we do at least know that he's got a Wolf. He's gonna Striker. We know it's coming after the Striker. So right now we're going to flip up Crackdown and we're gonna snatch his Wolf. I don't want him to do one of 2 things. I don't want him to go Herald early, potentially, and I also don't want him to go into Wander Magician and potentially hit the right back row. So I'm just gonna snatch his card. He summons Drillfish, which lets him summon another Wolf, and we are going to activate Successor Soul, sending Wolf and Wolf to the grave so that we can summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from our deck. So from here, he's got the ability to go into a level 3. He might go into a Colossalus potentially, but we're going to see what he does. So he Synchros, goes into Colossalus like I thought that he might do, and he's going to make our Blue Eyes White Dragon 0 attack. Now, we kind of consider what should we do here. We could activate Ultimate Fusion right now and pop his guy. We're going to let him kind of go a little bit. So he goes Serpent, specials the booster, and to be honest with you, we're still considering when should we activate. So he uses Star Guardian and he's adding back the Serpent. We're kind of trying to see what he's going into. At the moment, he's got the material for a Battle Wasp, so we're not too worried about Battle Wasp at the moment. He uses the 5 and the Mist to go into a 7, going into Moonlight, and now he's gonna probably try to return Sanafon to the extra deck. So from here, we were thinking, okay, maybe we should stop him from going Onimaru. So we kind of were thinking, you know, he might go Onimaru, in which case wouldn't really have much we could do about it necessarily. We could go Twin Burst to stop him from OTKing, but you know what I mean, kind of just to see what he does. He summoned the Recipro, so we're like, okay, he flipped it. We kind of let it happen and see what he's trying to go into. He activates Serpent, and I'm like, okay, what's my guy trying to do? And he goes Battle Wasp. So I'm like, all right, word. So this kind of works out for us. So we're gonna activate Ultimate Fusion, and we're gonna send our guy from the field as well as 2 from the graveyard back to the deck, and we're gonna go into Neo. Also, I don't talk about this in the beginning half of the video, but another reason why it's really good that we use the Ultimate Fusion to send alternative back is because, like I said, we play 1 alternative in 3 Melody. But by using Ultimate Fusion, we can send alternative back to the deck from the graveyard, which means if we draw another Melody, we can search for alternative again because he will be back in the deck. So we're gonna pop Moonlight, and then actually, I don't know why we didn't. Oh yeah, I was about to say, did we just skip over? We're gonna pop Moonlight and then we're gonna go. We're gonna attack directly, and bam, that is GG's. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Too clean. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. I had to give you guys your little update. Your Wano Warrior will be signing out now. Deuces.
Hey, why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, but they leave all the weight on me. I don't ask them to wait on me. They would ask where they gon' be with a song if they wanted the weatherman. I ain't asking to pay no fees. She was homeless and needed a spot. I ain't ask her to pay no lease. I ain't ask her to say no please. I ain't ask her to make no cheese. Scream fake, but it ain't on me. Got clean, so it ain't no streets. Why green if it ain't no keeps? Brought cream, so it ain't no beef. My team say it ain't no chief. My demon, they hang on me. They seemingly ain't no peace. I seen him, he ain't no beast.